Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of We Should Be Better at This. My name is Chris Donovan, and across from the computer screen, I don't even know why I say that every time. It's so stupid. Eric's the other guy on the show. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Hi, Christopher. Yes, this is
you, Eric Fur.
This is me across the computer screen.
Forgot the T. It's across.
Crossed the computer screen. Yeah, all the way out here in Texas, where it is hot. How is it back there?
It's 93 here right now, and it's supposed to get hotter, but let's talk about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about this a little bit through text messages, but aren't you a little confused about Texas right now? You almost died from hypothermia in your house like 3 months ago, yet now you're about to, I don't know, cut
like
your hair.
melting, like literally melting.
Like the guy that was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he melts right there in front of the Ark. That's a dude.
That's
you right now.
chosen poorly.
So are
yes.
you confused or what? What's going on in Texas?
No,
Why?
it's hot. It's hot. It's not too humid though, which is good. I mean, that's definitely a bonus. I mean, if we lived in like the Houston area or something, it's like 900 degrees and 100% humidity. But here, the humidity is really similar to Southern California, so we're about the same. And it's
pretty dry.
Listen, it's been in the upper 90s pretty much every day now for 2 weeks, so it's been pretty hot. And the thing out here that we've learned, which by the way, we've now been here for 1 full year. Saturday was our year anniversary of being here.
Wow, I'd say congratulations, but I'm not sure if you like it or not yet.
No, we love it. We love it out here. But you know, I mean, it's been a crazy year, but we still like it. But it's one thing that we've learned about being out here is it gets hotter later in the day there. So back home in LA, it would, you know, listen, it would get hottest part of the day was what, like 1 p.m.
2-ish, yeah.
2 p.m., right? Out here, the hottest part of the day is 5 p.m.
At night. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, like you're getting ready to like you're essentially like starting to make dinner, and it's the worst it's going to be in the whole day. And the other thing is it's light out here later. Like, we'll go swimming in the pool.
Wow, Eric, you don't have to be all racist. It's white out here.
It is. It's whiter and lighter. It's lighter out here later, and we'll go swimming in the pool at 8 o'clock. We'll get out of the pool at 9 o'clock, and it's still sunny enough to where like my daughter's reading a book by the light, like, you know what I mean? Like she's not using an artificial light. Like it's still enough natural light at 9 p.m. that she's reading a book outside. So it's just kind of unique. It's just different.
My sister and I were talking about this last night. Actually, I was driving home from LA, which we'll get to in a few minutes while I was up there. But about 8:45, she texted me and she goes, "Hey, is it still light there?" And I said, "Not really," because she's coming visiting soon. And I said, sent her a picture, and it's like, you know, the sun setting behind the hill. You can still kind of see, but it's like that witching minute or whatever you call it, where it's like not light but not dark, but you can still see okay, but you're about to see weird colors. But she sent me a picture, and it's perfectly light outside, as if it's like, I would say like 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. So, I mean, the best way we could describe, because we were, my
that's
wife
Washington
talking
State,
about it,
though, not in Texas. So
yeah, but it's just weird that, you know, it's Texas, which is obviously further east and not as far north. I'm actually further south than you guys are there, because Texas hangs a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But if I took a picture at like 8:30 at night here and sent it to you, it would look like what your 5:30 to 6 looks like.
It doesn't look like what I'm looking right now at your little still picture.
Mm-mm.
The sun on Monique Lucky's thing.
Yes, that's her picture. No, so it listen, it's been really hot. It's been really cool. And we celebrated 1 year here. It was really cool. When we first moved here, the day we arrived, we arrive, we let the kids in the house, show them around, and then we immediately had to go to this gigantic furniture store because I had to buy them like beds and stuff.
You had nothing, right?
Yeah, we had nothing. So
cool.
When I was there, I bought this really big Yeti cooler because we didn't even have a refrigerator yet. So I got home and we went to the grocery store on the way home on our first night, and we bought some stuff and we threw it in this Yeti cooler. One of the things we bought was this like little cup of Italian ices. Like little slushy Italian ices, and they've been in our, so then we eventually got a refrigerator and everything like that. And we put the stuff in there. And about 2 months ago, we were digging around in the freezer and there was still this Italian ice. And it was from the one we bought on our first night here. And I said, guys, we got to save this and then open it up on our 1 year anniversary and eat it. No one took me up on the offer. So I was the only one to eat it.
Okay. So you're getting divorced now because isn't that what people do when they like get married? They eat the top of the cake later.
Yeah, kind of like that. So I ate this year-old Italian ice and did not go well. I had the old poo-poo tummies. I was really, it was one of those, this doesn't taste great, but I'm going to go ahead and eat it. Cause I announced that I would do it. And then about an hour later, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God. Women are the master.
Oh my God. And I had to like run to the bathroom.
Women are the master sex. Let's be honest. Like they're the smartest people on the planet and the toughest. Well, that's cool, man. 1 year. That's awesome. Is your pool working properly now, or is it just still a big puddle?
Thank God. It cost me $1,100 to get everything fixed. So I was really not happy about that because that's literally the cost of flying everyone back home. Instead of flying home, I fixed the pool. So yeah, it cost me $1,100, but the pool is sparkling blue and gorgeous. Everything's running great, and gotta tell you, man, we've been in that pool 90% of the days since it's been fixed.
Yeah, we have too. We've been in between podcasting and stuff. We'll jump into the pool and come back over and do some work. The kids are in there right now. They're all out in the pool, and the oldest boyfriend's here, so they're all out there having a good old time in the 93-degree weather here in Southern California.
Yeah, and 93 is not bad. 93 is not bad. I think once you get over like 95, 96, that's when you start going, And normally when I'm working from home, you're wearing shorts, you're inside, you're working from home. But God, when I got to go out into the field and go work and stuff like that, I'm expected to wear slacks and a button-up shirt. When you do that and it's like 98, it's like, it's pretty miserable.
You look like the manager to Hooters. Why the hell is that guy wearing that stuff? He should just be wearing a t-shirt. Come on.
I think he should have to wear the same uniform that the girls wear. We're living in this post-sexist society where everyone's supposed to be, first of all, Hooters is a dying entity. Did you know they now have Hooters? They're just calling them Hoots. Hoots locations. And where the girls are fully dressed, it's like, so why would I go there for very average food and fully clothed women? Listen, I get it if you want to say, the scantily clad, big boobed women is not like the thing anymore, and that's not like politically.
It's always going to be a thing. Let's be honest.
It's always going to be a thing with men. It's like, listen, women, if you wanted to go to a restaurant called Cox, and it was just a bunch of guys in banana hammocks serving you your food and stirring your queso dip with their wang. Listen, God bless you. Good luck. I hope the guys, they're probably all gay anyways. But at Hooters, it's like, listen, don't take away my ability to eat very below average wings and stare at boobies.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's a God-given right.
But let's face it, the food there is usually typically not great.
Great after about 13 beers. I don't know.
It does taste great after you've been drinking. This is true. But then again, that's true for Taco Bell. Like everything tastes good.
Oh, God, yeah. And then the next day, Taco Bell has the effect of that Italian ice.
Yeah, exactly right. Speaking of stirring queso dip with wangs.
Jesus, you're hilarious.
This is called a segue, Chris. Mr. Tripod himself, Tommy Lee, famous from the Tommy and Pamela sex tape, which kind of like launched the celebrity sex tape. Like, it really was like the first one, right? Like,
beside like probably old pictures of where they didn't have film yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it's probably one of the first celebrity, if not the first, and that's where okay. So let's get to the point here. Basically, his horrible segue was saying I was up in Hollywood. Literally, I was in the Viper Room all day long, sitting there waiting to work. It was kind of fun.
The Viper Room, by the way, that means that Chris now has 3 different types of syphilis. The Viper Room is pretty notorious for it's dirty.
It's not clean,
dirty,
but it's also
dirty.
very small.
River Phoenix died on the sidewalk out in front of the Viper Room after doing massive amounts of cocaine.
I know. I saw his body that's still there.
Yeah, because that's LA. They still haven't cleaned it up.
No, they just poured a bunch of bronze on it, and he's just a statue now. No, but I was up there working as an extra or background on it's the Netflix show. I think it's called Tommy and Pam. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's on IMDb. You can look it up, and you can see who the lead actor is, and it's the Winter Soldier, which is badass. Sebastian Stan is Tommy Lee in this show. Now, I don't know what the show's about entirely, but the rumor is it's about how their sex tape launched, like that whole different way for somebody to get famous kind of thing.
Now, I will say what I know about that, and I know you can only share so much because it hasn't aired yet, and so I know you're bound by certain things. But I will say that from what I understand, Tommy Lee was having work done on his house. A construction crew was on the house, and this guy started snooping around and found these tapes, and then smuggled them out and leaked them.
Wow.
They wound up suing the guy. But yeah, that was the thing. He literally had it stolen.
And that's kind of what happened for other celebrities down the road, where it was like stolen from their computer. In a sense, it's still.
But this was like the old days where it was actually a VHS tape that was stolen.
And then how to get it on the internet was another thing too. Like, it's not like you could just grab a VHS and hook it up to your computer and drag it over. You had to figure out how to get that tape digitized. So he had to do that.
So what could you explain or leak about what was?
Can't necessarily leak, but I could tell you where I was, because there were people on the sidewalk taking pictures and video while we were filming. So it's not like it's going to be a secret. It's out there on the internet. But we actually had to meet at the Beverly Hilton. That's where base camp was. And then they shuttled us over to the Viper Room, and that's where holding was. I was sitting in the Viper Room with about 10 people, because you can't have too many people next to each other, in a booth, doing work.
But yet, if you were on an airplane, they would have packed 400 of you all sitting together.
During the scenes, we're standing shoulder to shoulder. But beside all that, I was smart enough to get a spot inside. I got a booth. I got some work done. I took a nap. I watched some shows. I didn't have to do a lot for the first 4 or 5 hours. So I was there for about 12 hours total. But it was cool because we were in the Viper Room, which means they were filming in downtown Hollywood, like literally right there. The other holding was the Whiskey.
Which they hardly film in Hollywood. For those people who don't know, they don't film in Hollywood like at all anymore.
Yeah,
it's where movies used to be filmed, but everyone still refers to the movies business as Hollywood.
But this is actually on the streets. Like the last thing I think they filmed on the street like that would have been Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think was the last time. But beside all that, we were there, and they had Tower Records looking like it was in the 90s, which was dope. So you had the old Tower Records wrapped. You had a Rage Against the Machine, not Gwen Stefani, No Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
You had Shania Twain, all these 1990s songs that were big, or bands that were big at the time when Motley Crue tried to come back in the 90s.
Yeah. Yep.
So what we were doing is we were there at their record release for their album that came out in the 90s. And that's pretty much all I could say. Did
you have to dress like you were in the 90s?
Yes, I did, actually. And it's funny.
Were you wearing flannel?
No. That was a whole other thing, because there were some grunge people involved. So I'm not going to say what happened, but that was a different group of extras or background. But I was Book Soup, where they were doing a book signing for Pam. So I got to see that actress. Mm-hmm. And then I was at the concert, which was right outside Tower Records, which was pretty dope, because Sebastian Stan got all up into it and stuff. It was pretty cool. And then, of course, I'm a big old geek, so they had this giant crane camera thing, and I was like, looking at things to switch.
Yeah, that's one of the things that is my favorite about doing any filming or anything like that is I love watching the behind the scenes people. More so than what's happening in front of the camera. There's so much. It's like a dance. There's so much choreography that actually happens behind the camera, from how is the sound guy moving around. The cameraman is sometimes like the most important person on the entire set. The way he or she's got to get in there and get the shot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then they have to take the camera off after every shoot, because it's so heavy, and some of them are sitting on top of a crane upside down. It is super cool, because I've been on enough sets right now where I know what's going on. But if you were just to walk out there, it would look like utter chaos to people. But once they say a certain word, people just know exactly what to do, and it's like a bunch of ants getting to work real quick. It's pretty gnarly to watch. It's fun. I had a blast. Sebastian Stan was cool. He clapped us all off, and I can tell you this though, the actress that plays Pam Anderson, I only saw her, let's say her like barbed wire time.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Very nice. Okay.
Nailed it. Spot on. Looked just like her. I didn't even know she was sitting over there. I was kind of sitting, like I was kind of just ushered into an area, and I was standing there, and they're like, "Okay, let's bring her in." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, what the hell's doing?" And she walked right past me. I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't see her sitting there." And then I'm like, "Oh my god, she looks just like her." So it was pretty cool. I haven't done that in a little while. Last time I did it was AP Bio, a TV show I did about 3 or 4 months ago. So my kid's on iCarly soon too, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and it's great that now that everything's kind of back to filming a little bit more often too, because obviously,
that's the worst part. I think right now is that I had to go up. It's usually just like one day. Okay, I can go up, shoot a show, come home. Now I had to go up Monday to get COVID tested, Tuesday to get COVID tested, and then when I got there on Wednesday, I had to get COVID tested again.
Jesus,
it's not like they're being lax on it yet. So everything up there is getting oversaturated with that. But then when you're on set, you're like shoulder to shoulder. So it's like people are like, well, how is this COVID protocol? It's like, shut up, people.
Yeah, exactly.
We all got tested for 3 days in a row to do this. Like, give me a break.
And most of you have been vaccinated. Like, sorry. Yeah.
And most of you don't go near people anyway. So you probably haven't even seen a person in a year and a half.
Exactly. Well, that's cool. And I'll look for that when that comes out. Hopefully, hopefully that actually airs, as we know a lot of things sometimes never make it to air, but I hope so. I'd love to see it.
I can only imagine. You won't see me in the bookstore thing. I don't at all, but the audience and the crowd, and this is funny. This is funny. I don't know how to put it over. They had to pull older people forward at the concert because at that time the Motley Crue fans were from the 80s. They were, the 90s didn't know much about them. I didn't know much about Motley Crue. So they were trying to make new fans with their new music. So they had like old people in there. And then they had like me. So they brought us up to the front. So it didn't look like there were too many young people. It was hilarious.
Nice.
It was so funny. It was so funny how they did it. If it wasn't Hollywood and somebody did that at your work, you'd be like, wow, this is like total harassment.
Yeah, but in Hollywood, it's just like the norm. But
it's usual, yeah.
Yeah, that's the usual. Well, wow, man, that's super cool. I love it when you get to go film stuff.
One more thing, I can tell you that they probably emptied their bank of white background actors at that show.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, this wasn't like modern commercials where it's like an Asian lady, a black guy in a wheelchair, a midget. Like an LGBTQ person, and then like a really tall redhead, all like going out and doing things together as friends.
Yeah, no, it was totally that. The only ones that were like, they were security guards. It was so bad. I mean, but it was probably so true back then. So they were staying close to the era, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. That's that's cool. We'll keep a lookout for that. Hopefully that airs sometime soon. But knowing how things go, that'll air sometime in 2023.
I heard these were pickups, so it might be out there sooner than we think.
Nice. Okay, if they're just doing pickups, yeah, they're probably already in post production.
I do, however, have a Tower Records wristband now, which I'm quite proud of.
Yeah, because that doesn't exist anymore.
Does not. So it was pretty cool down there. I took a few pictures of the area. I'm not going to post it till it comes out because I don't want to get like blacklisted or anything. But I'll post some pictures of what Tower Records and stuff look like down there. It was pretty dope. Especially since you lived up here, you were, robbing people in Hollywood around those times. So you were very familiar with the area.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if anyone ever saw the Richard Ramirez documentary, but he got blamed for all the stuff I did.
Well, I wouldn't have claimed that, but okay.
So speaking of downtown LA and stuff that happened, you and I both had the same reaction when we saw these videos.
What are we talking about?
Videos going around the interwebs of, let's just call it a mishandling of fireworks might be the best way to put it.
I think everybody bought from that Beirut factory. I think that's the problem. All the import came from there, and they just got enough out to have these places randomly explode throughout the countries.
Well, the video, I saw a couple different angles.
I haven't seen any yet.
Oh, I've seen a couple different angles of video.
Whoa.
So the way it was worded is what got to me. Right?
I'm waiting for you to say something, and you're like, the way I can't say the words that they.
Yeah, no, the way it was worded though, when it was reported by the press, they were working so hard to try and protect the integrity of the bomb squad. They said things like, it accidentally went off. Accidentally went off. They effed up. Like they screwed the pooch. Like accidentally went off. Hey, guess when it didn't accidentally go off? When it was with a bunch of the idiots that were storing it, it was just fine. Then you get the professionals out there, and they're like, we'll take care of it. And then they light it on fire somehow. So I don't know how that happened, but I just love the way it was addressed in the media of, oh, this series of fireworks accidentally went off. No, they blew it. They screwed up, and they blew. So it killed a couple people, right? And it blew out
injured a bunch.
Everywhere.
Yeah, something like that. I'm looking it up right now. I'm trying to find a video of it so we can hear it. But beside that, I have a question, because I've only seen a little bit, and the little bit that I did see or hear about was a news story that seemed like they were overcompensating the fact that these guys were idiots. They're like, yeah, no, they had homemade IEDs set up to use explosions, and they were testing some stuff, and like they were overdoing it, and maybe that's why they were trying to do that, because the bomb squad messed up.
Yeah, like they're exactly. See, they're trying to save face a little bit for
them.
But I think it's funny that the idiots who were doing the fireworks didn't seem to blow themselves up, and then within 10 minutes of the professionals getting there, everything explodes. So it's like, hey, great job, guys. And by the way, when you're the bomb squad, you like this. Okay, if you're a baseball player and you strike out, it happens, right? It's part of the game. If you hit a fly ball to the outfield and it gets caught, it's part of the game, right? Sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. Bomb squad is one of those things where you need to be 100% efficient. Yeah. Like, you can't have oopsie, 50% of the time I solve the bomb and 50% of the time it blows up. Like, a bomb squad has to be 100% of the time. So I would kind of say like everyone on that bomb squad should be fired. Like,
it was already on the truck?
It was already on the truck.
Let's listen to this. Hold on. Let's listen to this. I don't know if there's volume. Whoa! No, there's no volume, but damn!
Yeah, it's a big explosion.
Oh my gosh! Is this the truck? Oh, there's the front view. There's a front view. Hold on.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh my God, that's gnarly. This is just the beginning. Hold
on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So it's huge. It was a big explosion. That's a lot of fireworks.
Who has an alarm on their car anymore?
I know, right? Idiots.
Damn, that took that truck out.
So it blew out all the windows of that neighboring area. It's a really big deal. Like that was.
This is gnarly. Hold on. Here's another one. This is so much fun in podcasting when you can't see it. Jesus, that guy just fell onto the ground instantly when that happened because he stopped his video. Wow, dude, that's gnarly. Okay, I'll stop doing that. Keep going.
Yeah, so basically, so about 17 people were injured. I think it killed one person, and a lot of cars and homes were like dented and windows blown out and everything. But like, I kind of get what they're doing. I hate the people that shoot off. I mean, especially remember in the early days of COVID when everyone was locked down, how they were shooting off fireworks every night.
All over. It sucked.
And it sucked, man, especially if you had like a pet, because the pet was just going like nuts every single night. So it was horrible. So listen, I applaud them trying to get rid of these people that are trying to blow crap up. But once again, if you're the bomb squad, you have to hit on your bombs. You have to be 100% effective. So the fact that these guys couldn't load fireworks without exploding them. I mean, think about it. The teenager that works at the fireworks booth that's open for just a few weeks before 4th of July, like he's
better
the
at it.
15-year-old, he doesn't explode the place. He seems to understand the rules just fine. And he's inside of a wooden box filled with all these fireworks. He seems to be just fine. You never hear about, oh, the local fireworks store exploded where they sell it out of the wooden box. No, you don't hear that. But the bomb squad, who's supposed to be the professionals, explode the hell out of the place. So they're all idiots.
I always love that though, the wooden box to sell fireworks out of, and it's hilarious because they just don't put in the work just in case it blows up, so they don't have to ruin an entire building. They're like, we'll just put a couple walls with some plywood and a couple 2x4s. That way, if it does blow up, we're fine.
Okay, so in your little search engine there, type in naked gun, nothing to see here explosion, and tell me if that scene from the Naked Gun does not exactly remind you of what you just saw.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Volume.
The end when there's the explosion.
Oh.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please. Nothing to see here, please.
Yeah, so I can
God, that's
picture
hilarious.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin standing in front of that fireworks explosion going, "Everybody remain calm. Everything is under control."
Oh my God, I can only imagine. That's hilarious. I forgot that scene. That actually looked like remember The Greatest Showman?
This is the greatest show.
Yeah.
That guy? Well,
Yeah, when the building burnt down, if it had fireworks in it, it probably would have looked a lot like that. That's hilarious, man. I mean, that's seriously though. That's like the third one in less than 12 months.
Because obviously a few months ago we talked about that really big one that happened not too far from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, right near your old house, right?
That was a big one. That was a
Ontario,
really
yeah.
big one.
That was crazy. So, all right. So you had this thing you brought up about a Master True Card name thing.
So every once in a while, I see a commercial. Listen, actually, let me take a step back. Most commercials are stupid. Let's face it, right? Most commercials are not very well done, but you kind of like, they never bother you. They just are stupid. But every once in a while, a commercial just gets under my skin for quite a few different reasons, because I just find it like, okay, who are you making this for? What problem is this solving?
Do you want to do should I do the under your skin intro right here?
Sure. I think it's just there's only one commercial I've seen. I haven't seen different versions, but go ahead and play it. Now, once again, before we air it, before you click play, understand that I do not have a problem with it from an LGBTQ point of view. I have a different problem with it. So it has nothing to do with that part of it. It's just a different part of it. Go ahead and play it. Oh, hear the sad music? Because you're supposed to be really sad right now.
He grabbed shade.
Are you touched?
For
Are you crying?
transgender people, a secure payment doesn't mean protecting yourself from someone buying sneakers with your card. No. If you're transgender, a secure payment means paying for something without being judged, questioned, disrespected, humiliated, harassed, even assaulted, simply because the name on your card doesn't match how you identify.
What?
This is about more than just keeping a card safe. It's about keeping us safe. True Name by MasterCard. The first card that allows you to display your chosen name, because that's who you truly are.
Okay, hold on.
So let's stop it. Okay. So
yeah.
Once again, I do not have any problem with someone being transgendered, LGBTQ. The actual act of what you want to be and who you want to be, I do not give one good goddamn about. I really, really don't.
I agree.
I hate a couple of things though. I hate pandering. I hate that every company changed their logo to a rainbow for this month only, because it's all pandering, right?
Yep.
And I hate this pandering of this card. The second thing I hate is this does not solve a problem. First of all, what do you say? There's less than 0.5% of the people in the United States not only is A, transgendered, but B, really, really, really is adamant about having a different name on their credit card. Like literally think of the 350 million people in the United States. How many honestly are A, transgender, and B, really, really mad at the name that's on their credit card? What, 112 people? Like this, first of all, this is nothing. You're spending a multi-million-dollar ad campaign, patting yourself on the back, and it means nothing. Second of all, in the commercial, he said, I don't want to be judged or harassed. When have you ever, in the history of your life, handed someone your credit card and then they turned and started mocking you? That's step one. Step two, when do you ever hand your card to someone anymore nowadays? You stick it in a machine and you punch in your thing. They don't even see the card, so they don't see the name on the card. It used to be you'd have to hand it to the person, and the person at the register would swipe it. Remember back in the day when you're paying for groceries, you're paying for whatever, they would swipe it. Nowadays, They don't even see it. They don't acknowledge it. They don't see the name. If you remember when people used to get like those specialty cards that had a picture on it, like, ooh, I have a picture of a puppy dog, or I have the ocean on mine, because they were trying to show off. Nowadays, no one cares because no one sees that card but you.
I
So
use
you're
Apple
trying
Pay.
to solve a problem for 112 people that are affected by this. And number one, there is no one being affected by this in the grand scheme of things, because I couldn't tell you the last time I handed my credit card to someone where they even looked at the name that is on the card.
Yeah, and doesn't it always say don't take if not signed? I've never signed a card.
Never signed a card. And by the way, yeah, the person getting paid $14 an hour that is on their phone and has their earbuds in while they're working,
Really good
they're really going to be the front line of defense for you, credit card companies. You really think that's and honestly, Nate, find me one instance, find me one news story about a transgender person being refused payment. They wouldn't allow me to pay for my groceries because my name is Tom, is how I identify, but my real name is Leslie. Find me one instance. Never happened. This is all just pandering, and they're spending a multi-million-dollar ad campaign for something that is not a problem to begin with.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. The funny thing is, I'm looking at this video now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. One, they went, like you said, pandering. I go differently. I said they went
music,
hard,
and
hard.
Sad music. Yeah.
God, they went hard at it, and that's an insult in my mind. But for one, but two, how out of touch are they, or how dumb are they to have followed through with this, to have launched it last June 27th, 2020, when everybody wanted to be 6 feet away from everybody else? Why would they want to take my card and just go ahead and make fun of my name because it says Tom, but I'm Leslie?
People weren't out spending money at all anyways.
And they were
just
even
less of a problem. It was even less. You never handed your credit card to anyone. The freaking DoorDash guy left the food on your front lawn and ran away to avoid even coming into contact with you. You never, the old days of the pizza delivery guy comes and he takes your card and he scratches it to make an imprint.
Not a chance.
Not even a chance. It doesn't happen. This was a non-existent problem that they're trying to solve so that they can earn woke points. But even they're trying to earn woke points hey, look how progressive we are. Great You know what that means? This tells me that as in America, we're out of problems. We really don't have any problems left. If you're concentrating on this, then that means we must have solved healthcare and COVID and imprisonment and lower income families being able to pay. Like, we must have solved every other issue if this is the issue that's being concentrated on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Keanu Reeves actually is funding all those projects you just said. So yeah, the world's saved. No, but this. I agree, and I agree with you. This is super stupid. I feel like if you were dating this person, you'd be like, oh God, stop being so needy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. If you were dating someone and they said,
not the person, the commercial of the person.
Or you were just next to someone, my true name is not reflected on my credit card that no one looks at but me. It's like, I'd say, then freaking put it in Sharpie, write it on the front Sharpie, because no one's ever going to look at your credit card ever. The odds are the only person who's ever going to look at your credit card is the person who steals your identity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only person that's ever going to look at it.
Okay, so let's go. Okay, so who's this really for? And let's be honest, this could just be something that SAG-AFTRA agreed on for their actors. So The Rock can have a card that says The Rock rather than Dwayne Johnson, or maybe Madonna can have Madonna on there instead of Old Whore. What's her name?
Yeah, I think Old Whore is actually what she goes by now.
Okay, well, either way, but you know what I mean, like leather everything.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the whole niche, and now MasterCard is in tight with SAG-AFTRA.
Okay, but so then that begs the question, because I like your point. I think that's a very good point. So let's say you are a YouTube influencer, sexy vixen 1223 at Yahoo. Okay, whatever.
Ooh, I can't wait.
So could you just go to MasterCard and go, I want sexy vixen 1228 at Yahoo to be on my credit card? And then let's say someone does ask to see your credit card. So now let's pretend you're a business owner.
Yeah.
You're told that you cannot accept the ID has to match, which no one even checks anymore. But let's say, they say your ID has to match the card that you're presenting me. And if you're presenting me with Twinkle Butterfly 972 at yahoo.com on your credit card, and I check
That is
your
some
ID
big
and it
old
says
tall dude.
Tom Smith. And if I sit there and said, I can't accept this credit card, it doesn't match your name, they would sue you for like for harassment and bigotry, and they'd petition your business. So what are you supposed to do? Because you're like, hey, I can't accept this. It doesn't even match what your name says on your ID. This is, once again, this is non-existent. This is going to affect 100 people or less in the entire United States. It was completely unnecessary. How about this, credit card companies? Lower your freaking percentage. You want to help people of all races and genders and sexual orientations? Lower the amount of that you charge and your interest rates. Lower your interest rates. By the way, that affects everyone.
Oh yeah, it does. And that's equality, and everybody's involved. But I'm actually in for this now. Actually, I totally disagree with you now. I think it's a great idea, and I think that you're going to agree with me here, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Max Power.
Okay, that is pretty cool. Getting a Max Power credit card would be actually pretty
Homer
sweet.
Simpson.
Yeah.
That's how I no.
Well, what if you just went really vulgar? We should test this out. We should try to get a credit card under moist cunt and see if they'll print it on the credit card. Just be like
Michael Hunt.
Yeah.
But only Mike.
This is my new chosen name. Put it on the credit card.
Yeah, I'd like the name
Johnny Penis Breath.
What's the one on Family Guy? Buzz McBuzzingkill or whatever. Buzzkill McBuzzington or whatever.
Yes, exactly. So we should test this out and be like, yeah, I want my credit card. Or how about just change your name to a famous person? Find a celebrity that you even kind of slightly resemble. Even like if it's a distant, you have to squint your eyes or whatever. I was always told that I look like Ryan Phillippe a little bit. What if I just got Ryan Phillippe? What if I put a famous person's name on my card, and then when I try and go places, they say, "Oh, who are you?" I say, "Oh, I'm kind of famous." Here, let me check. Look at my credit card.
If I shave my beard, they say I look like Ferris Bueller's best friend.
Cameron. Yes,
but older him, obviously, like as if he was in Speed because he was in that movie. But okay, so I think we should do this. I think that we should really try that. Well, hold on. We have to get a credit card first, and that might be a problem.
Oh yeah, I can't get one of that.
But
I've been banned from getting them.
But that's funny. How many woke points did you want to give them? Like -1 million?
Yes. It's just, I mean, honestly, it's so insulting that they think. I don't know. It's so insulting. It kind of reminds me of something else we've been hearing for the past year, which is having people show their ID when they vote is racist because somehow black people can't get IDs. It's like, that's so insulting to black. It's like, no, black people have IDs too. It's totally cool to show your,
not that difficult, really.
It's really not that. By the way, I have to show my ID if you rented a movie back in the day. You had to show your ID when you're, doing just about everything, and you have to show your ID to vote is somehow racist because black people can't get IDs. It's like, no, it's pretty insulting, actually.
It's all insulting. This world sucks. Let's leave. Let's go somewhere. Let's move to Texas.
Let's do it. We should totally. Do we know anyone there?
No, I don't know.
Okay, then never mind. Let's stay in California. All right. Well, I'm done.
Yeah, that's all I had. I'm spent. I'm so tired right now. I have to go get some woke
firework. I'm like a firework on the back of a bomb squad. I'm ready to just burst.
It's just great because LAPD is doing so good, and this is really going to go right there with everything.
Oh yeah, because they're just a classy bunch of people.
They're going to have a problem, like even more now. God.
Hey, everyone keeps screaming about defund the police. I got a good one. Defund the bomb squad because they can't do it.
One more thing before we go, and I just thought of it right now. And it's just a meme. I'm just going to say it. The world is really confused because we were all screaming free Britney, but they freed Bill Cosby.
I know. They got that backwards. We'll have to talk about that on next week's episode. Yeah, that is so effed up.
He'll probably be back in jail by then.
Yeah.
All right, man. What do we say at the end of the show? Rate, review, subscribe, smash that subscribe button, and go get a MasterCard.
Yeah, and go do anything but get a MasterCard. There you go.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye.